Hey everyone, it's Evangeline here at etrailer, and today I have the RockyMounts MonoRail 2-bike platform rack, and we'll take a look at how it fits our 2022 Jeep Wagoneer. So the MonoRail is really versatile and it's pretty popular because it has those premium features without as much of a premium price of the similar bike racks. And because of that, a lot of people like it for bikes of different shapes and different sizes. Now for the Jeep Wagoneer though, it also has its downsides, like it's really high up, so it's hard to get the electric bikes on there. Plus, it does not tilt down far away to open up the hatch. But with how the Wagoneer's hatch and door is designed, to tilt away, you pull this lever and bring it down. With how the Wagoneer is designed, most bike racks don't tilt down far away anyways. In fact, you honestly get the best experience with swing away bike racks instead. So here you can see, opening up the door manually, that even with our pedals in the best bet position, it's still not going to clear. It will make contact when the door comes up. If you did have for your clip shoes pedals, then you might have a better chance, but definitely something to keep in mind for those mountain bikes. Now, what types of bikes can this rack carry? Well, you can carry up to 60-pound bikes, like I mentioned earlier. You can also carry carbon fiber frame bikes, step-through bikes, and alternate frame bikes because there's zero frame contact. What's holding it up is this hook for your front tire, creating a really strong and sturdy fit there, as well as a strap for your rear tire. When you want to take the bike off, you press this lever here, lift up on this strap, and I like to fold it out of the way so it doesn't get caught up in the spokes. So that's one strap. We'll go over to the front, hold on to your bike as you press this big blue button to release the hook, lift up, push out, and now you could grab your bike. With how high the MonoRail is though, for me it might be a little tricky if this was a heavier bike, so that's something to remember for those heavy electric bikes. But also, if you have a thin road bike, you can see there's grooves on the cradle for them, as well as for your fat bikes of up to 5-inch wide tires. Now with those fat bikes, you do get a strap adapter for the back. So this extends so it fits around the whole thing. This strap goes in and secures it. And then this cradle rotates back and forth for those different wheelbases, maximum wheelbase being 48 inches. So for most of your bikes, that's going to be perfectly fine. But for your longer or larger framed mountain bikes, double check those wheelbases to make sure this can secure it. Now this is going to add a good amount of length to the back of your vehicle, even though your vehicle is already a larger car. So let's take some measurements to see what you have to work with. I like to measure from the bumper to the end of the rack. This sits at 35 inches of length added. And then another very important measurement for the Wagoneer is where your bike sits on the tray to the ground. That's going to be 32 inches. So if you're carrying a 60-pound electric bike, you're going to have to lift that bike 32 inches up to get onto the rack. Unfortunately, the MonoRail does not have any ramp add-on accessories. If you would like something that does have a ramp, maybe check out the Kuat NV, purchase the access ramp separately, or check out the Hollywood Racks Destination E. That one tilts down even further than this rack, plus it has an included rack. It does take a little bit more time to get your bikes loaded up onto that rack though, compared to the MonoRail. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this into the portable position so you can see right there how much length this now adds to the Wagoneer. From the bumper to the end of the rack, it now sits at 14.5 inches. Coming in close, you can see the clearance for the bike rack is going to be only about 5 inches of space. So that's plenty of clearance between the bike rack and the car. With it folded up, everything's visible. You have your window, you have your taillights visible. Now, it does kind of cover your license plate, and your backup camera actually sits right to there where the arm is. Since there's all that space between the rack and the vehicle though, what's going to happen, you go into reverse, You'll still be able to see if there's cars or people behind you, but you'll definitely see the bike rack. If that's a major issue for you, then I just recommend going around and driving with this in the down position. So comparing this to some other racks, is I did mention the Hollywood Racks Destination E as well as the Kuat NV as alternatives. That's because they also have a good weight capacity for those heavy electric bikes, but they add ramps to make it easier to get them onto your Wagoneer. With how high the 2-inch hitches of your Jeep, you are definitely going to have issues for height as well as hatch clearance, and those will help you out, although they still won't completely fix different issues with opening up the hatch if that's a major concern for you. So all in all, for a versatile bike rack, definitely gets the job done, carries around those bikes, and keeps things at a not as premium price. So that way, when you are ready to invest in those bike racks that swing away for full hatch access, you can do so in the future. But for right here, right now, this was a look at the RockyMounts MonoRail 2-bike platform rack, and you saw it on the 2022 Jeep Wagoneer. Here on our test course, we'll start by going through the slalom. This is going to show us the side-to-side action, which simulates turning corners or evasive maneuvers. Once we get to the alternating speed bumps, we'll see the twisting action. This will simulate hitting a curb or a pothole or driving over uneven pavement. Now lastly, we're going over some full speed bumps, and we can see here the up and down action, and this will just be like driving in and out of a parking lot, garage, or driveway.